Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the daily market wrap for Friday, May 1st, 2020. I hope everybody had a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, well, let's check and see how the month is starting out so far in May. Well, inside month so far, it's actually a double inside month right now. So, again, it's only the first day of the month, but we are back below the mid-Bollinger Band on the monthly chart for SPX. So, but what a month last month. So let's see if we can get above that. If we can get above that, we might start to see some momentum moves back to the upside. Tricky week this week, right? We took the inside week up, filled the open gap, rejected the prior Harami cross here on the weekly, and left an upper shadow here on the week with a shooting star candle. Kind of ominous going into next week. Let's just take a look at the SPY here. Let's just kind of just jump forward here to the SPY and look at the volume here. Okay, let's let that data come up right there. So increased volume this week too after an inside week, right? So definitely something that we want to keep an eye on here going into the weekend, into next week. So pretty rough candle too on the SPY, right? We came back up, we gapped down, we came back up, we retested this trend line. The volume ended up coming in 122.901, so a little bit of decreased volume right here, but still an ominous candle right there. The only thing tricky about swinging this one short, right, is we're coming right to the 21 moving average and right at the cloud, right? So there's a potential for some profit right there. But I'd like to see a little more confirmation on this and just kind of see, if this trend is really changing over, or if we're just going to kind of chop around in this area. Because you can see what happened in this area prior to these breakout moves, right? So we're basically in the chop zone right now. So let's see. We didn't get a real big cup and handle breakout pattern here, right? We just had a kind of a little spinning top right here out of this messy cup and handle right here. And but this is a kind of a tricky pattern right there with that shooting star type style. So we'll be writing about it more in the newsletter this weekend and doing some analysis in the next week, which should be helpful a lot. So now the ES kind of tells a slightly different story here. This is the first day broken below the downward trend line and with decreased volume. Okay, so this is kind of like the pulse of the market right here, the behind the scenes stuff, right? This trades after hours and gives us more data to work with. So right now this is the first breakdown day on that, so we're not completely panicked yet. Okay, let's take a look at the MES here. So MES again, today was a pretty cool day, right? I mean, so we had a breakdown right here. Once this gets pulled up here, I'll go to the 15-minute chart so you guys can see the price action here today. So, downward channel here, right? I don't think I need to draw for you guys. It's, very, very clear that we've been working on a downtrend right now as we moving out of those recent highs. But quite a move down here today, right? So this little move up this morning, right? Got blasted through here with some increased volume, right? We got a nice short on this one today in the group, and just basically then worked its way down and chopped for the rest of the day. No real shenanigans at the end of the day. A little bit of a hammer there, but that was about it. So no epic moves at the end of the day. So the market is just kind of waiting right now. There's still kind of a cloud hanging over with the corona stuff. There's now potential for more tariffs going on with China, right? And then the job numbers. The economy is now maybe the hangover is here now, right? So the party might be over a little bit. So we'll see how that goes in the next week. So anyway, good stuff there. Let's take a look at the Qs. Okay, so here on the Qs, this was the first day here that it actually broke down, just like the ES here. It broke down below this trend line right here. Nice volume today, so let's see if we can push down below. This is really the start of a trend box right here. So Monday is going to be a big deal for the market to see what we have in store. Okay, let's take a look at Apple today. They had earnings yesterday. So it gapped right down to the upper trend line like we thought, right? Pushed up real nicely at the open and then pulled back in with an upper shadow today. But doesn't mean it's bear. We're still bullish, right? We're still at the trend line right there. So remains bullish to proven otherwise. That upper shadow is going to be one to contend with, though. Amazon was pretty rough here today, but did exactly what we thought it would do, right? Came back down, bounced off the 21 EMA and the upward trend line right here, and we're back in the bull flag. So it's still in the bullpen, right? So it's got an opportunity to work its way back up there. Let's see if we can get back up and get into those other levels there. Let's take a look at Tesla. Okay, so Tesla decided to take the bump line down today, and it didn't help that that Elon Musk decided to tweet some really weird stuff about. Unless he's just trying to trap some bears in here by saying, hey, this stock is overpriced, and tweeting out a bunch of other weird stuff that's questionable, that starts to question his sanity. We'll see. So, but that in and of itself, unless he comes back out on Monday, is just kidding, right? He might be having some issues, right? And I mean, he is Tesla, right? So if he, they ask him to kind of, step aside and all that stuff, that's not going to be good for Tesla. So, and it's really interesting that he said it was a little overpriced. The stock was overpriced considering he paid $10 million at the 767, right at this area here when they did the last offering on it. So coincidentally, right at the area, it started to flush down. So it's very, very interesting stuff. He always does a lot of games too. So we'll see what they have in store for this one next week. I'm sure it'll be all the chatter over the weekend. And then last, let's just take a look at Gild here. So Gild just got FDA approval for emergency use of the remdesivir. So that could be an interesting one going into next week. We got a little pop of that, some good volume. So definitely a news play into next week. I mean, technically on the daily chart, it's kind of blah, right? A little bit of a lower shadow here off the 21 EMA, but just lots of red candles right here. So let's see if it gets a bump there, even low volume on the day. So something to look at going into next week. Anyway, guys, it was a great week this week, great week this week, great month this month, great month last month, great week this week, great day today, and I hope everybody liked it. So this weekend I'm going to be going live on the TrendSpider YouTube, so I'll be tweeting about it more this weekend, and looking forward to that. We're going to be talking with the TrendSpider guys and looking at the state of the market and going over some of their tools and some of the setups that we like to use in our group. So I hope you guys can make it there, and really appreciate everybody's support. So everybody have a great weekend, and stay healthy out there. And remember, your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys.